All right, so what you see in front of you, these are the notes for calculating speed. You need to be sure that you copy all of these down. Feel free to pause this so you can write down what you need. So if you look up here, you see speed, the distance, the definition, sorry, is the distance traveled in a set amount of time. Another way to think of it is how far did you go and how long did it take you to get there? If you look at these two descriptions that I have here, the two common themes are distance. You have distance here and how far, and then you have time and then how long. So they're saying the exact same thing. It's just another way to think about it. Um, Speed down here, you see I've written out the formula. This is the only time you're ever going to see me do this. From here on out, what you'll see is this over here, where speed equals distance divided by time. Now remember, this line right here is a division symbol. So essentially, the one that has the box around it right here is the exact same thing as this right here. So speed equals distance divided by time. Now typically what you're going to see is you're going to see these types of questions where you have to pull your information from a graph or a data table or a word problem. Very rarely will you see it written where S equals a number, D equals a number, whatever. Okay, so if you look at this example right here, we have a car travels 100 meters in 10 minutes. What is the speed? I want you to be sure that you write down the formula, not because I'm mean and making you waste your pencil lead, but because when you write this down, subconsciously you're telling your brain that you need to know distance and you need to know time. And by writing this out, it helps you remember the order. You also notice right here, I've shown you my work. And that's not just because I'm explaining how to do this, but it's also because I need you to do this so that this is how I see what your thinking is. And 9 times out of 10, you will catch mistakes when you write down your work as opposed to doing it in your head. So you'll see I have 100 meters, which is my distance, and 10 minutes, which is my time. Divide the two, and you're going to get 10 meters per minute. Do not write it MP, this right here. Okay, don't do that. You need to get in the habit of having it where it's meters slash minute, which means the exact same thing. The reason I want you to do it like this is because as you move on through science and math classes, you're going to start having to convert numbers, or especially in chemistry. If it's already written like this, it will help you when you have to convert things later. Okay? So what you're going to do next is you're going to take a look at the worksheets, the speed worksheets. Now, one of them, their formula is a little bit different. It's asking you to do D2 minus D1 divided by T2 minus T1. That's basically saying the change in distance and the change in time. Okay, I don't have a scanned copy to show you, but if you would pause this and take a look at your worksheet, I can talk you through it. Okay, so on the worksheet that you have, if you're looking at the one, the title is Practicing Distance Time Line Graphs, and you see you have a data table and you have a graph at the bottom. Their formula is a little bit more intense, and it's really not that bad. All that they're doing is reminding you that they're looking at the change in distance over the change in time. Okay, so the first question is talking about what was Susie's speed until 4 seconds. What you're going to need to do is to take a look, find 4 seconds on the data chart. So at 4 seconds, the distance that matches with that number is 40 meters. Okay, so the question is, what was Susie's speed until 4 seconds? Well, the fact that it says until 4 seconds is referring to from the beginning until 4. Okay, so I'm going to stop at 4 seconds. I'm also going to stop at 40 meters. I'm starting at 0. So the difference between those is 4 minus 0, which would give you 4 seconds. And for the distance, the difference is going to be 40. That's where I ended. Subtracted from where I started from, which is 0. So my distance that I've traveled is 40. Okay? Seems a little easier for this one, but So then you would do it the exact same way that we just did. So distance divided by time, 40 divided by 4, you get your answer and you move on. Okay. On number 2, when it's asking about Susie's speed between 4 and 6 seconds, they just want to know for that specific chunk of time. So you're starting at 4 seconds and 40 meters. Now to figure out what the 6 seconds distance is, you're going to have to use the graph at the bottom. So for 6 seconds, the distance is going to be 60 meters. So how much time has gone by from 4 to 6 seconds? Well, hopefully that's 2. And what's the distance that they've traveled in those 2 seconds? Well, 60 minus 40 is 20. So 20 divided by 2, and you get your answer. Okay. If you have any questions on this, email me, check with a friend. I think you guys will be just fine. The goal would be for you to get this done before you leave today. And you are more than welcome to use a calculator. Please be sure you're showing me your work because that's how I know what you're thinking. Do not just know where you messed up or how to help you. Okay? Have fun. See you later.